Welcome to eZone Volunteers. So today's topic is central neural system. Before explaining the central neural system, that is which includes our brain and spinal cord, first we should know about a neuron. Neuron, that is a brain cell. What actually is a neuron? A neuron is a microscopic structure composed of three major parts, namely a cell body, dendrites and axon. The cell body contains cytoplasm with typical cell organelles and certain granular bodies called Nissl granules. Short fibers which branch repeatedly and project out of the cell body also contain Nissl granules and are called dendrites. These fibers transmit impulses towards the cell body. The axon is a long fiber, the distal end of which is branched. Each branch terminates as a bulb-like structure which is called as a synaptic knob, which possess synaptic vessels containing chemicals called neurotransmitters. These chemicals actually are hormones basically. The axons transmit nerve impulses away from the cell body to a synapse or to a neuromuscular junction based on the number of axon and dendrites. The neurons are divided into three types. First, multipolar, bipolar, and the first one I will explain about the multipolar, what actually the multipolar is. The multipolar is with one axon and two or more dendrites found in the cerebral cortex. The bipolar, the another one is with one axon and one dendrite found in the retina of eye. And the third one is unipolar, which is a cell body with one axon only, found usually in the embryonic stage. So there are two types of axons, namely myelinated and non-myelinated. The myelinated nerve fibers are enveloped with Schwann cells, which form a myelin sheath around the axon. The gaps between the two adjacent myelin sheaths are called as nodes of Ranvier. Myelinated nerve fibers are found in spinal and cranial nerves. Unmyelinated nerve fiber is enclosed by a Schwann cell that does not form a myelin sheath around the axon, and it is commonly found in autonomous and the somatic neural system. So now the central neural system is basically composed of the brain and the spinal cord, and out of it, first I'm going to explain about the brain. The brain is the central information processing organ of our body and acts as the command and control system. It controls the voluntary movements, balance of the body, functioning of vital involuntary organs. Like I tell you, involuntary organs, what actually are involuntary organs? That is lungs, heart and kidneys. Thermoregulation, hunger, thirst, rhythm of our body, activities of several endocrine glands and human behavior. It is also the site for processing of vision, hearing, speech, memory, intelligence, emotions and thoughts. The human brain is well protected by the skull. Inside the skull, the brain is covered with the cranial meninges, consisting of an outer layer called dura mater, a very thin middle layer called arachnoid, and an inner layer which is in contact with the brain tissue called pia mater. The brain can be divided into three major parts, that is the forebrain, the midbrain and the hindbrain. First, I'm going to explain about the forebrain. The forebrain consists of cerebrum, thalamus and hypothalamus. Cerebrum forms the major part of the human brain. A deep cleft divides the cerebrum longitudinally into two halves, which are termed as the left and right cerebral hemisphere. The hemispheres are connected by a tract of nerve fibers called corpus callosum. The layer of cells which covers the cerebral hemisphere is called cerebral cortex and is thrown into prominent folds. The cerebral cortex is referred to as the gray matter, which we call as normally a gray matter, due to its grayish appearance actually. The neuron cell bodies are concentrated here, giving the color. The cerebral cortex contains motor areas, sensory areas and large regions that are neither clearly sensory nor motor in functioning. Thus, these regions, called as the association areas, are responsible for complex functions like intersensory associations, memory and communication. Fibers of the tracts are covered with the myelin sheath, which constitute the inner part of cerebral hemisphere. They give an opaque white appearance to the layer, and hence this one is called as the white matter. The cerebrum wraps around a structure called thalamus, which is a major coordinating center for sensory and motor signaling. Another very important part of the brain called hypothalamus lies at the base of the thalamus. The hypothalamus contains a number of centers which control body temperature, urge for eating and drinking. It also contains several groups of neurosecretory cells which secrete hormones called hypothalamic hormones. The inner parts of cerebral hemispheres and a group of associated deep structures like amygdala, hippocampus, etc. form a complex structure called the limbic lobe or limbic system, you can say. Along with the hypothalamus, it is involved in the regulation of sexual behavior, expression of emotional reactions. For example, excitement, pleasure, rage, fear and motivation. So this was all about the forebrain. Now I am going to explain about the midbrain. What is midbrain? The midbrain is located between the thalamus, hypothalamus of the forebrain and pons of the hindbrain. A canal called the cerebral aqueduct passes through the midbrain. The dorsal portion of the midbrain consists mainly of four round swellings or you can say lobes, which are called as corpora, quadrigemma, midbrain and hindbrain from the brain system. So brainstem, and now the last portion of the brain is hindbrain. The hindbrain comprises pons, cerebellum and medulla, which is also called as medulla oblongata. Pons consists of fiber tracts that interconnect different regions of the brain. Cerebellum has very convoluted surface in order to provide the additional space for many more neurons. The medulla of the brain is connected to the spinal cord. The medulla contains centers which control respiration, cardiovascular reflexes and gastric secretions. So this was all about our central neural system, which includes our brain and spinal cord. So today I explained about the brain. That's it.